What up, YouTube? It's me, Isaac, coming to you with another edition of my life. Now I did an episode of my adventures as a duelist where I said that I played the sacred cards, and I was mistaken when I said that. I have never played the sacred cards. I played the sequel, Rechef of Destruction. It was just such an irritating game that I had thought that I had played. I had thought that when I had the double pack, I switched to Sacred Cards, but I was mistaken. So I have never played Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards that I can recall. And I played it yesterday on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection, which has like 14 or 15 Yu-Gi-Oh! Games from the Game Boy to Game Boy Advance eras. And I played it yesterday, and I challenged myself to play it without losing a single life point during any duel. But I had the Early Days collection has the enhancements that the Japanese games had, which were unlimited duelist levels if you put in a cheat code, and unlimited deck capacity if you put in another cheat code. Plus, you can unlock several copies of every card, which is why I had a really good deck in the sacred cards. I had all three god cards, Obelisk, Slifer, and Ra, which have a deck cost of 0, which is really nice, except for you need 3 sacrifices for each, which is really tricky to get out if you really want a board of all 3 god cards. I usually just went with whatever god card I had in my hand and just had a couple of monsters that had either duplication effects or they summoned other monsters outside the deck, which at one point I ended up summoning each god card once in different duels, and then one time I just got lucky to use all 3 at once, which was nice. Although I kind of regret that because it took me like half my deck, which you can only have a 40 card deck in either Sacred Cards or Rechef of Destruction. Now that I've beaten Sacred Cards for the first time, even though I had a deck capacity of 9,999 and a max duelist level of the same, 9,999, I am getting ready to play Rechef of Destruction, which is going to be even harder because I remember how hard that game was, as although it won't be that hard because of the same enhancements of deck capacity at 9999 and duelist level at the same. So it won't be as hard as when I had the game card and the double pack, which I can't wait to get into this game because I remember it was one of the hardest games. I never actually beat it because of how god dang frustrating it was. Because from what I know about sacred cards was you get like 5 to 30 duelist level at the beginning and a couple domino, like 150. Ah, my cat's in here. Not that I mind. Hi, kitty. But that means somebody left my door open, which I'm assuming is my brother when he dropped off my laundry after getting it done, because I see a bag that looks like it's my laundry by my door. Hi, kitty. Bye, kitty. Meow, meow. And as I was saying, when I played Chef of Destruction the first time, you only got, unlike what I saw when I was watching YouTube videos of Sacred Cards, you only get one duelist level and maybe 5 or 6 domino at the very beginning. They made Chef of Destruction a lot harder than the Sacred Cards. But this ain't just a this ain't just a my adventures as a duelist level. I just happen to have a bottle of one of my redneck drinks, and it just happens to be a redneck a bootleg version of Mountain Dew Pitch Black, which is the grape Mountain Dew. Let me get this open, and give me a sec. Let me get this open, and I will do my review of this. This should be tasty, because I used the sour grape Powerade, which is one of my favorite Powerades, and Twist Up to make this. So this should be really, really tasty. Holy shit. That is some good stuff. Holy moly. Holy moly, that is really tasty. I've never had Pitch Black before, because I just haven't been able to find the zero sugar one, if they even made zero sugar. But this definitely is zero sugar. Well, actually, it's not really zero sugar, because there's a little bit of sugar in the sour Powerade, but I digress. This is really freaking good, even though it's bootleg. And yeah, I'm having a blast. Wish me luck with Chef of Destruction. I'm your host, Isaac Brummett. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one. I know I sure as shit will. Peace out, y'all. I might do it if they let me film in my local card shop. I might do a video as my adventures as a DigiDestined card player, but we shall see if they let me film. I'm your host, Isaac Brummett. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one. I know I sure as shit will. Peace out, y'all.